Hi, everybody. It's Lucy from Charleston Lake Apothecary. Happy New Year's. I think this is the first time that I've been on this year. Hope you've all had a great holiday, a great start to your year. I was sick through my holidays, so not so great. But happy to be here now on the mend. Not COVID, but definitely a flu of some sort. Anyways, so looking forward to do some tarot readings for the viewers. And I think you all know how this works. For those of you that have been here before, just put your question in the comment section, or not your question, just indicate whether or not you want a reading in the comment section, and I'll pull you two cards. This is not a question and answer kind of period. It's just basically a general reading from the cards and the energy that I get from you. And of course, like anything else in life, your free will to do with whatever you want with the information that's coming to you. And obviously, I do offer tarot readings, um, half an hour for $60 and an hour for $100. You can go to the website charlestonlakeapothecary.square.site to book any readings that you may like. We also I offer homeopathy, so natural medicine consults, and definitely life coaching to help you along your way. And there's always other services to offer, like Reiki. I do a lot of distant Reiki, and I do a lot of the work, obviously, online as well because of where I'm at and where you're at. It's always not in the same city. So online works really fine, and I've enjoyed doing that for customers across Canada, to be perfectly honest. And I've chatted a lot with people all around the world at this point, so that's pretty cool. A little intimidating, but cool. Hi, Mary. How are you today? And Mary, I'm going to assume you're going to want a couple cards, but just let me know for sure. I don't want to pull cards for anybody, and if you're just here to watch. So our little shop does offer a variety of spiritual gifts, crystals for the seven chakras. You'll see it a little bit behind me. There's some sage, Palo Santo, all kinds of jewelry that's not yet. Um, all right, Shenda, thanks. I'll pull your cards after Mary. So we have a variety of items for sale. Again, everything's on our website, so feel free to have a peek. If you're in the local vicinity, then I'm obviously going to be able to either deliver or you can pick it up. If not, then it will go by good old Canada Post. Although there is a new company out called Sendle, so we'll see. Okay, Mary, these are your two cards. So, Four of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So I'm wondering, Mary, if you're being, this is a kind of like a worry, let's stuck in your head kind of card, feeling like you don't know how to move forward. And I'm wondering if it's because, hi, Lorraine. I'm wondering if it's because you feel like you might have missed an opportunity, or there's an opportunity coming to you and you're not sure whether to take it. And so you're kind of stuck there as like, either you're kind of beating yourself up for not going for it, or you're in that space of, I don't know if I should go for it. So it's still that indecisive space. And I don't know, Mary, if you've ever dosed. I'm just going to pull. I have a lovely friend in the United States that made me this amazing pendulum. So if you've ever get into those situations where you're not sure, you could pull yourself a card, obviously, or you could also find a pendulum or buy a pendulum. And the answers from the pendulum, once you have it going, working really well. And I do have a YouTube session on how to use a pendulum, but this could also help you with that. So this sounds to me like, or feels to me like, you're in this space of deciding whether or not you want an opportunity, and you're just in your head a little bit about it. I hope that makes sense for you, Mary. Please let me know if that resonates. Oh, for sure, Lorraine, I'll definitely put you on my list. We're going to do Shenda first, and then Lorraine will come next. So Shenda, you're working today. All right. Let's see what we have for you, Shenda. Woo! Wow, two powerful cards. What's happening, girl? Judgment and the Queen of Swords. Well, I know, Shenda, you've taken my tarot classes. So the Queen of Swords is about speaking your truth, but from thanks, Mary. Patience, Mary. So Shenda, this Queen of Swords is about speaking your truth, but from that really compassionate, confident spot, right? Where where if you look at the king is just like he kind of blurts it out. He knows what he wants. He's kind of a black and white situation, but she tends to this energy of a she or he. It could be either sex, right? But this energy is a softer energy of speaking your mind, but coming from a place of love and people understanding that there is no wiggle spot there for you, that this is just what it is. So it's about not being forceful about your comment. And if we're, this is, the judgment card is really, when I see this card, is about, it's about time, right? It's time that you speak your truth. It's time that you say what you want and that you're open about it, and then you're able to share your feelings with whoever you need to share it with. And the universe is just rejoicing in that and supporting you in that endeavor, that speaking your truth is going to get you exactly, what you want, but also not only to other people, but it's also about being totally true to yourself. So the understanding what you need, what you want, and you could give that to yourself. But if there's someone else involved, then you're also asking of that person as well. So be honest with yourself, what you're looking for. This is all about integrity, truth, honesty, and it's the time to speak up, to not, you know, not tippy toe around situations, but to be honest. I hope that makes sense for you, Chenda. All right, Lorraine, you're next. How is it over there in Nova Scotia? Planning my trip out that way for May, June, July, and August. Well, I'm just going to say it's a Ten of Pentacles flu. Hi, Tammy. Card slide was sweet. Thanks, Shenda. Awesome, Tammy. I'll put you down. You'll come up after Lorraine. Sorry, got Elaine on my brain today. Anyways, Lorraine. Oh, raining. Yeah, we just had a snowstorm here, so we're up to our knees in snow. So Lorraine, your Ten of Pentacles flew out, and so I'll take that card and take you two more. I don't get a lot of jumping cards. That's usually not something that happens to me, but when it does, here's another one. What is going on over there, Lorraine? So two cards flipped. There's some strong energy happening over there. All right. Enough of that. Let's see what we got. I'm going to just take the two flips in one, and then we'll see how that lands. Anyways, so the first what came out, you get messed up with these stupid cameras, it's the Ten of Pentacles. And, Lorraine, I'm actually thinking this is like, so the Ten of Pentacles is the highest you can go in the Pentacles, right? Without talking about the court cards. So this feels to me like you're going to be pivoting soon. And Pentacles are about work. So it feels like what you've been doing is you're going to maintain that, but it feels like you're going to make a pivot and add something else, like something brand new coming up. And I think that because of this Eight of Cups as well, it's like you're walking away towards something else. Now, if I look at, this is how it came up, right? The Ten of Pentacles first, Eight of Cups next. So you're walking away from and not necessarily walking away. I just think it's a pivot. It's a pivot away from what you've been doing, something that you've been regularly doing, and then going to something new. So this is about you going, okay, I've done this business wise, uh, career wise, and now I'm now going to something even more. You want to add more to it. And then, and how I know this is all to be true, then you get the Ace of Wands, which is absolutely amazing card, which is about adding a new passion or something brand new, spanking new, like brand new, spanking new coming in. Sorry about that. So this particular hand here with the cloud is really handed to you from the universe. So this is about something you're very passionate with that you're going to add to what you're already doing. This is really exciting. I hope this resonates with you, Lorraine. Let me know. But it sounds to me like, yeah, you're going to make some changes this year to the business. And uh, Lorraine is a homeopath in Nova Scotia, amongst other things that she does. Perfect. Um, that's good to know. But these are exciting cards, Lorraine. Ah! I'll hear more about it when I come down to see you because I'm going to be visiting you. We're going to have lunch. It's been too long. All right, Tammy, you're next. Tammy, where I know where Lorraine is. I know where Mary is. Tammy, which are you in Ontario as well? Woohoo, yeah. I just out of my brain, I can't remember. All right, I have to get out of Lorraine's energy. Whew. You're welcome, Lorraine. Okay, Tammy. Yeah, Belleville. Oh, you're just like down the street from me. My parents used to live in Trenton. Well, they still live in Trenton. They just passed away. Hey, Nicole. Absolutely. You're after Tammy. All right. Well, Tammy, you've got two lovely cards today. You got the Queen of Wands and the Hierophant. Hmm. And Nicole, if Nicole, I got Nicole on my brain. Tammy. Um, you know what it feels like? It feels like you're going to not follow the norm or expectations of other people. It feels like with this Queen of Wands that you're going to do something that's a little bit uh, different than what you normally do, or that what other people would expect you to do. So this Queen of Wands is about you coming into your own power. It's about you being more you, right? Doing what you want versus what you think is going to sell or what you think is going to be acceptable, right? This Hierophant is, tends to be traditional roles. And also this is also a leader, right? So this is like almost like what's coming up is like pioneering women, where break the mold. Like do something you really love, even if it's not acceptable or not popular. Um, okay, Lorraine, see you later. So Tammy, this really feels like there's a passion inside of you that this with this Queen of Wands that if you've wanted to do something that you haven't done, that's a little out there or not part of what you usually do, then I would suggest that you take advantage of that and go ahead and give it a shot. And then just stick with it because it's sometimes these new ideas they take a little bit to come to fruition, but it feels to me like you need to kind of break the mold a little bit and then do something really exciting. Let me know if that resonates with you, Tammy. Okay, Nicole. I know Nicole is in Northern Ontario, if I'm not mistaken. Nice to see you here, Nicole. So like I was saying earlier, I'm going to be 4 months in Nova Scotia this summer. That's what I thought. You're close to Amber up that way. I know because you guys do some vendor markets together. So yeah, this year I'm going to be in Nova Scotia doing some tarot readings. You're welcome, Tammy. And hopefully I will be continuing these Saturday morning tarot readings for you as well. So Nicole, this is for you. Oh, okay. Yes, 10 minutes drive, okay. Okay, interesting. You have the World, and it's interesting that the Four of Cups came up in somebody else's reading today, but you have the World and then the Four of Cups. And it feels to me like you've completed a cycle of whatever that is. It doesn't, with two cards, kind of hard to get in there. You too, Tammy. It's kind of hard to figure out exactly what that cycle is. But here, I'm going to say you finish this complete cycle, and you can see that she's naked. And this has left you, when you get to this point in the tarot, you've allowed yourself to be vulnerable. Vulnerable to the point, sorry, I'm trying to find words. Vulnerable to the point where you've allowed yourself to divulge more of who you are with other people. And this is a great thing, but this also tells me there's something new coming up. And so here's the card, though. The card is the Four of Cups, and this cup that's being handed to you, or being presented, you're kind of sitting there going, but I'm happy with my 3 cups. I don't know if I want this 4th one. But when you see this card here, this cycle is completed, and it's basically saying, it feels like don't repeat past patterns of behavior. If you've not accepted the cup, maybe you should. Or if you have accepted the cup, maybe you shouldn't. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you'll know this. This is really about you understanding that it's time to take on something new, because this one cycle is over and a new one's beginning. And here's this opportunity. Now, cups usually represent love or something, emotional. And you're kind of going, but I'm happy here. But this one's coming to you. It's handed to you from the universe. And the question is, are you going to accept it or not? So I would just take a look at what your cycle has given you so far in the life, and then make a decision whether or not it's typically, we don't always want to be repeating cycles. We usually want to be doing something different. So if this is a cup that's coming to you and it's different, I would think twice about maybe accepting it. Anyways, I hope that resonates for you, Nicole. You can let me know in the chat box. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Decky. Yes, I'll put you all down for a reading. Cindy and Decky's next. Okay, so Suzanne, you're next. Hopefully you're having a great day out there today. Now, Suzanne, are you in Ontario? I'm kind of curious. I'm taking everybody's, hi, Cindy. Great, Nicole. Keep your eyes open. It's coming to you. So Cindy, I know, is in Ontario. And Suzanne, just remind me whereabouts, Ontario or somewhere else in Canada. Sealy's Bay. Oh, you're just down the street from me. Awesome. Okay, I'll probably ask you again sometime in the future because my memory is terrible. But this one's for you, Suzanne. And then Cindy and then Decky, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Well, Suzanne, can't say I like my friend here, the devil. And then there's the King of Cups. So the devil usually, it's not a bad card. It's not a scary card. It's a card that that reminds us sometimes that we're always habitually doing the same thing, right? You can see that these two individuals, they're naked, but they're also tied by a chain around their neck to the devil. And it's a loose chain. You can get out of it anytime you want. So if you're in a situation where you feel like you're repeating your decisions, that's where I would say think twice. Or if you're stuck in this situation that you're not so happy about, just realize and know that you could get out if you wanted to. Sometimes we like to stay in our comfort zone because it's comfortable. But we don't grow in our comfort zone, right? And this is what this is. This is like saying, it's like I'm okay with the devil I know, not with the one I don't know. It's that kind of feeling. But life is really meant to live outside of the comfort zone for our maximum growth, that is. Many of us choose to stay in our comfort zone, and that's always a fine choice. Nothing wrong with that. But if you're looking to more excitement, something different, then you're going to need to get outside that comfort zone. Now, it's interesting that it comes with the King of Cups, hearts. So the King of Cups is that unconditional love for yourself and making the choices that are best for you. This is the highest I can see of unconditional self love. And so the decision that you make with this devil needs to be because it's in your best and highest interest only. If it doesn't serve you 100% in that you're doing it for somebody else, then the chances are you need to kind of rethink that. So this is about you taking care of you 100% and maybe not repeating, um, not staying in the comfort zone and maybe not repeating patterns of behavior or decisions, right? Sometimes we do things for other people, we're not 100% for it. And so this would then tell you that think about 100% what do you want and go there. I hope that resonates with you, Suzanne. That was a heavy one. All right, Cindy, nice to see you here. Now, Cindy, I think you're in the area as well. All right. You're welcome. Okay, Cindy. Seven, no, 9 of Wands, 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups came first. So this is you, you can see being in the dark. You've got all these choices in front of you, and you're kind of going, I don't know where I'm going with this. This is like way too much for me to decide upon. And you're confused by it, maybe a little disillusioned, but definitely you're not knowing, not really quite sure where to go. Now, this particular card, though, the 9 of Wands, gives me the impression that you've tried a lot of things and they're all behind you. And it's like, I have one wand in my hand, and it's like, maybe go with the unexpected. Maybe go with something that's new. Maybe go with, if there's 7 cups there, which I know there is, and there's 1 cup that you haven't tried, maybe that's the one you need to go with. And so this 9 of Wands typically is like the wounded warrior, like I'm tired, I've done all this, right? Or I fought all my battles and here I am, I'm still going, I'm not going to give up. But think about if you could choose the one thing that you haven't done, or choose the one love that you haven't taken, or choose the one whatever that doesn't fit into this, what you've already taken care of, that would be a good choice to go for it, right? Because you've got 8 wands behind you, been there, done it, one in front of you going, okay, what's next? And this is, I don't know what to pick next. And I would say, if you're going to have to choose something, if this is what's going on, then pick something you've not done. And I think these 2 cards support that choice. And I would say, if it's the scariest one of them all, it's probably the one to do. I hope that makes sense for you, Cindy, and that resonates. And it could be, these are not necessarily life huge making decisions. They could just be even some smaller decisions, as in, I travel the same way to work every day, but this time I'm going to adventure into a different route. I mean, it's simple as that. So it doesn't have to be hugely life changing. But that's what this is kind of suggesting, is try something new. And then the confusion will definitely just fall. And sometimes when you try something new, it tends to, yes, take the path less traveled. Exactly. When you try something new, even though it's uncomfortable, you've opened up a whole world of something else that's coming your way. But when we don't take that that new path that these two cards are suggesting, then we kind of stick to the same old. Yes. I hope you enjoyed that reading. That sounds really exciting, actually. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I've missed. That was Cindy. No. So Decky is next. So Decky, I'm going to give you two. Let me know. Oh, you're quite welcome, Cindy. Decky, let me know which part of the world you're coming from. So these two cards are for, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, Decky. Okay. Decky, you have the Seven of Wands and the Four of Swords. The Seven of Wands is a card of, you can see the defense, right? Like he or she is standing there, all these wands are in front of them, and he's fighting battle. So it's a very defensive position. Almost feels like you've been going through some rough times and you're like fighting your way through it. It's been challenging, but you're still standing there with that one rod left, and there's not a give up here. It feels like you're coming out of this into this. And if you're not coming out of, one to go to the other, then you should take time out. So this card is a time of rest and, and maybe a vacation, maybe just a time away, like a bit of a reprieve from this constant battle. The issue when we're like this is we're always in this fight mode, right? And you need to kind of let it go. Sometimes the answers or the solutions come when there's peace and balance. And sometimes the peace and balance comes not in the fight. It's in the quiet times of understanding why you keep fighting. What's the challenge here? How much effort are you going to put into it? How much are you going to give of yourself? So this is indicating, take time out for yourself. Love yourself. Don't always engage in this fight of whatever is going on. It tends to wear us down, and then you can't. It's hard to get on with life, right? And sometimes we get caught up in other people's fights as well. And so it's like, is it really yours to fight? Do you want to take a step back? Should you take a step back? And this is kind of indicating take a rest from everything that's kind of going on, and put yourself more in balance, ground yourself, do some meditation, and then from there, decide how you're going to move forward. I hope that makes sense to you and resonates with you, Decky. Thanks for coming on today's reading. Is anybody else out there? I'll be here for a few more minutes. But thank you, everybody, for coming this morning. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to be much more consistent for Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. And these two card readings are obviously, a general, but for the most part have been fairly accurate for the last, however, year or more that I've been doing them. I do full readings as well. You can catch that on my Trust and Lake Apothecaries site. You can book an appointment there, or just email me or call me and we can arrange that to happen. So I am still at Heather and Crow in Brockville doing readings on Sunday afternoons. We have tarot classes starting up in a couple of weeks. If you're interested, please call Heather and Crow or Rawa's Gifts. I'm offering them both locations this year in Brockville. I also have an online course starting in a couple of weeks also, and an in-person course if you're interested. There's a lot of fun in these tarot classes. It's not so much about, well, it is. It's about learning the cards, but we also learn a lot about ourselves during these cards. And if you look at one of the students indicated that he felt like each class was a little bit of a coaching class, and he learned a lot about himself. And I would say that to be very true in all cases of everybody that's joined. So if you're looking to learn a bit more about the cards, then let me know. And What else do I have going on? I'll we'll be offering services again. I'm still offering services. So, I've got my little room. You can see a little bit behind me. All sorted out um, for the winter months, and then the summer months we're going to have the Fairy Lighthouse on our property. It will be also lit up for services, more outside than inside because it'll be warmer. And so Reiki on the deck in front of the lake. It's pretty amazing. And I have naturopathic natural medicine that I also like to offer. I've just been certified in palmistry, so that's really cool. And at the end of the month, I'm finishing off my certification in cell trauma release. And so that'll be really great because a lot of us, or all of us have trauma, and we hold that trauma in the memory of ourselves. So we're looking at offering that as well. And yeah, have a look at the site. Lots to see, lots to purchase, as well as some small products, spiritual tarot cards, jewelry, crystals, sage, Palo Santo, and Bach. We're doing Bach remedies this year as well. And so we'll be able to make tinctures for you. And I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully you have a great day, and I'll see you next Saturday at 10. Bye.